And really it's a special honor and privilege for me today to present a lead contribution to the Caribbean campaign, to the Texas State Aquarium. And I think, Rob, this is on behalf of myself, Rob, Charles Budd, and the more than 80,000 HEB partners, a check for $3 million.
Hi, I'm Katie, and you're watching the Texas State Aquarium's monthly program, The Current. In this month's episode of The Current, we'll be covering an exciting announcement about Campaign Caribbean, and we'll also be chatting with one of our aquarists. On Wednesday, June 25th, the aquarium was delighted to announce its journey to see a new sea. Bringing the sights, sounds, and vibrant wildlife of the Western Caribbean to the shores of Corpus Christi, this ambitious expansion will transform the aquarium from a leading regional aquarium and top tourism attraction for South Texas to one of the premier aquariums in the nation.
What drives this aquarium experience is the engine, and that's the visitors that come through here every day. And it's wonderful that we become popular because the world needs us and the animals need us now more than ever. Many of you know we opened in 1990 and people came, and they came in droves, and since then over 11 million people have visited the Texas State Aquarium, making it the most visited cultural attraction in South Texas. This is a momentous day for the Texas State Aquarium. Many of you know the history of the aquarium. It really involved a group of very visionary leaders that had a pretty incredible vision for an aquarium for Texas, a great aquarium for Texas, long before there were a lot of aquariums in the United States. This has literally been a story that's about 40 years in the making. And along the way, we became more, though, than just a cultural attraction. Our wildlife rehabilitation program, which we started over 20 years ago, has now got a statewide reputation. And since 2005, over 1,000 animals have gone through that program and have been treated and released back into the environment, replaced at another facility around the country, or found a home here at the Texas State Aquarium. We've also become an important center for informal education, and today over 60,000 kids participate in our programs every year. And thanks to a very generous gift from Flint Hills Resources, we're creating a center of excellence in STEM education, and the number of kids that we serve will go to over 100,000. So as I mentioned, in 2012, we launched the leadership portion of a $50 million capital campaign that will more than double the size of the Texas State Aquarium. And with our friends HEB and this contribution, I'm now pleased to announce today that we have reached the halfway point. We have raised over $25 million for this project. This project is no longer conceptual, it's no longer theoretical. This will happen. We're going to start construction in the fall of this year, and the Caribbean journey will open in 2017.
For more information about this expansion, please visit texasstateaquarium.org/Caribbean. We'll be right back after this message.
Texas State Aquarium, an immersive experience.
Raph, thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you for having me.
So you are an aquarist here at the aquarium.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what an aquarist does. What's your day like?
Well, pretty much you can think of an aquarist kind of like a underwater zookeeper. So we just pretty much take care of everything that happens in the water and anything that pertains to an aquarium. So we take care of the health of the fish or the invertebrates or crabs, and in this case corals, and also take care of the water quality, make sure that the water looks good and is healthy for the animals, and also feeding and anything has to do with filtration, pretty much just taking care of animals in the water.
Okay. Sounds like a busy day.
Yes, it is.
All right, and you have some live species that you brought with us. Who do you have here?
Well, I have two species of corals here. One, this is an example of a soft coral.
Okay.
This is called a pulsing xenia. And so you can see that it's kind of moving its tentacles back and forth and it's sifting through the water. And this is a species of hard coral or stony coral.
Okay.
And it is called frog spawn.
I see. And who are these little guys in front crawling around?
And these are kind of little hitchhikers. This is a species of mud crab that you can actually find here in the Gulf of Mexico. And then this little guy's living in the snail shell is actually a hermit crab.
Okay.
And he's a blue-legged hermit crab. And pretty much what he does, he's kind of my cleanup crew along with in my coral tanks and trays. So he'll eat the algae and any pieces of food that fall. And so he pretty much helps me clean the tank.
A little assistant.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so tell us more about coral. It looks like a plant, but it's not, right?
No,
What
it is not. It is actually a type of animal, and they're very closely related to jellyfish and sea anemones.
Okay.
So you can think of coral like an upside down jellyfish. So jellyfish hang with their tentacles down, and corals have the tops of their head attached to the bottom, and they have their tentacles poking up, just like here. Same thing with an anemone. They live on the ground or attached to something, and their tentacles are poking out. So basically, you see here, he's attached, and he has his tentacles, and same thing with these guys.
Okay. So what do they eat?
They like to eat stuff that's in the water, and it's called plankton. And it kind of comes in with the currents. Plankton can't swim. With the current, they just kind of go along. So with their tentacles, they just pick up anything that passes by them. So the examples of plankton are algae, microscopic organisms, and krill. So pretty much anything that passes and touches their tentacles, just like jellyfish, they have the stinging cells as well. So they'll catch those and then they'll eat them, and that's what they eat, stuff out of the water.
Cool. Now, if our viewers were to come visit the Texas State Aquarium, tell us what types of corals they would see here. Do we have any coral reefs in the Gulf of Mexico?
We actually do have we have one special coral reef in the Gulf of Mexico, and that's called the Flower Garden Banks National Marine Sanctuary.
Okay.
And it's located off the coast of Louisiana and Texas. And it's a very unique coral system because in the Gulf of Mexico, we're a little bit too high up for most corals to live. They live a little bit closer to the equator in more tropical waters. And the Flower Garden Banks is a big salt dome in the middle of nowhere, and it's just high enough for corals to live there so they can reach the sunlight.
Okay. So are the corals in our exhibit, are they live corals? I mean, they're really big.
Yeah, in the Flower Garden, in our Flower Garden exhibit, they're a replica of what you would find out there.
Raphael, thank you so much for joining us and for bringing your friends. We really enjoyed learning about corals today. And now here are a couple of upcoming events. Don't forget to sign up your children or grandchildren now for Sea Camp 2014. Registration is open and spaces are going fast. Please visit our website to sign up at texasstateaquarium.org. Love animals as much as we do? If so, the aquarium is a great place to volunteer. There will be a volunteer information session on Saturday, July 12th at the Aquarium Boardroom on the second floor at 9 a.m. Calling all teachers, the Texas State Aquarium is offering unique professional development opportunities in July and August for all grade levels. Teachers will receive hours for continued professional development and walk away with hands-on activities ready to use in the classroom. Visit texasstateaquarium.org and click on Programs and Camps for more information. That's all for this month on The Current. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to tune in next month to see what's going on here at the Texas State Aquarium. For more information about the Texas State Aquarium or anything you saw in this program, you can visit our website at texasstateaquarium.org.